In October 2016, 36-year-old Chinese investor Yang Liu was found murdered, his badly burned torso stuffed into a suitcase at a lab-by on the A628 near Tintwistle, Derbyshire. Police investigation soon focused on Liu's friend and fellow gambler Ming Jiang, then 42 of Manchester, who shared Liu's interest in poker at Manchester's 235 casino. Prosecutors showed Jiang had killed Liu in order to steal his identity and assets to pay off massive gambling debts. Evidence included Jiang withdrawing large sums from Liu's bank and credit accounts, attempting to sell Liu's £185,000 Salford apartment, and even texting Liu's mother in China as if he were Liu. The court later heard Jiang had lost over £273,000 at casinos and gambled an additional £178,000 of Liu's money after the murder. In short, Jiang used his, as the judge put it, considerable experience of identity theft to effectively become Mr. Liu in the eyes of others, all to continue a high-roller lifestyle. Timeline of the crime and trial. The 9th to the 10th of October 2016, hikers discover Liu's charred torso in a burnt suitcase at a remote lay-by on Woodhead Pass, a 628. The head and limbs were missing and have never been recovered. The 24th of October 2016, Ming Jiang appears at Chesterfield Magistrates Court charged with Liu's murder. Police identified Jiang when CCTV and ANPR cameras captured his Mercedes at the scene, and later found Liu's blood in the car. April 2017, trial at Manchester's Minshull Street Crown Court. Prosecutors told jurors that Jiang, deep in casino debt, had lured Liu to his Manchester flat and killed him, then dismembered the body to hide evidence. CCTV showed Jiang filling a petrol can and withdrawing cash from Liu's bank just before the suitcase was set on fire. Jiang denied the charges, even offering a false story that Liu had been killed in a gambling dispute. The 2nd of May 2017, the jury convicts Jiang of murder after only 4 hours deliberation. Judge John Potter sentences Jiang to life imprisonment with a 33-year minimum term, noting that Jiang's actions were driven by a selfish desire to feed his gambling habit, and that the killing was committed for personal gain. Jiang refused to attend his own sentencing hearing, July 2024, according to a UK Prisons and Probation Ombudsman report. Jiang died of acute promyelocytic leukemia at age 50 while serving his sentence in HMP Poolside. His death means no further testimony will be forthcoming. Victim and perpetrator profiles. Yang Liu was a Chinese-born Leeds University graduate who settled in Manchester, worked in finance, and was described as comfortably off. He had savings, dabbled in the stock market, and owned a flat near the BBC's Ilias City in Salford. He had married and later divorced his classmate with no children. In contrast, Ming Jiang was also Chinese and part of Manchester's gambling community. He portrayed a VIP casino lifestyle, but secretly racked up huge debts. Court testimony revealed Jiang had lost around £273,000 at Manchester casinos. Media reports noted Jiang once worked for Lufthansa in Germany and had a past fraud conviction abroad, though he had no criminal record in the UK. In Manchester, he lived modestly in a one-bedroom flat in Biswick, far below the image he projected in casinos. The financial gulf between Liu, with family backing and assets and debt-plagued, Jiang set the stage for the crime. Investigation and evidence. Investigators quickly linked Jiang to the murder through forensic and digital clues. As noted, CCTV and automatic number plate recognition placed Jiang's Mercedes at the Woodhead Pass lay by the night the suitcase was burned. When police stopped the car, forensic tests found Liu's DNA in the boot. In addition, a police search of Liu's Manchester flat found no sign of a struggle, suggesting Jiang had concealed evidence at his own flat. CCTV also captured Jiang withdrawing cash from Liu's bank account and buying petrol at a filling station just before the torso was torched. Remarkably, Jiang was soon spotted gambling with that money. 10 days later, officers found him at the Manchester 235 casino using chips bought with Liu's funds. Crucially, Jiang had sent a text from Liu's phone to Liu's mother saying only "I okay" on the morning Liu's body was found. This and other phone records showed Jiang impersonating Liu to reassure family and handle Liu's affairs. All these pieces, physical evidence, video footage, banking and phone records, firmly tied Jiang to the crime and its motive: high-stakes gambling motive. Prosecutors portrayed the murder as a calculated act to erase Jiang's debts and keep playing. Trial testimony showed Jiang invited Liu to his flat between October 5 to 10, 2016. Once there, he killed him by methods not fully disclosed, then dismembered the body over time. Jiang placed Liu's torso in a Samsonite suitcase and drove to a Derbyshire lay-by, where he doused it with petrol and set it ablaze. Meanwhile, he rushed to assume Liu's identity. The court heard that in the days after disposing of Liu's body, Jiang cleaned blood from his own flat, repainted walls, and began emptying Liu's accounts. He spent lavishly on gambling. The trial evidence showed he put around £178,000 worth of chips in casinos in the weeks following the murder, essentially wiping out Liu's estate to fuel his addiction. In summary, every step, even the gruesome disposal of the body, was aimed at hiding the killing so Jiang could carry on as a wealthier high-stakes gambler. The judge emphasized that Jiang murdered Liu for personal gain, namely to adopt Liu's identity and gain access to his considerable financial assets. Sentencing and aftermath. At sentencing, the judge labeled Jiang a cruel and ruthless killer who posed extreme danger to the public. He received life imprisonment with no chance of parole until at least 2050. He was 50 by the time he died in custody, so the term amounted to a de facto life sentence. Investigators had no doubt of Jiang's guilt or motive, and after conviction, he never retracted his intent. During the trial, he even tried to claim Liu was killed by some fictional associate, a story the court rejected. In 2024, a Prisons and Probation Ombudsman report confirmed that while serving his sentence at HMP Swaleside, Ming Jiang fell ill and died of acute leukemia. His death brought a final end to the case, but also closed any chance of learning more about unanswered details of the crime. Unanswered questions. Missing remains. Several of Liu's severed body parts, including his head and limbs, were never recovered. Without them, some forensic questions exact manner of death, disposal methods remain unsettled. Other witnesses, it's unclear whether friends or casino employees ever noticed Liu's identity being exploited. No reports have surfaced of anyone raising alarm when Liu's accounts were accessed or when Jiang suddenly began spending heavily as Liu. Communications. Apart from the "I-OK" text, any other messages or calls Jiang made while impersonating Liu have not been made public. For instance, it's not known whether Jiang tried contacting Liu's ex-wife or banks using Liu's identity beyond what was revealed at trial. Jiang's testimony. With Jiang's death in 2024, the full inside story of what happened in that flat may never come to light. Any possibility of further confession or explanation died with him. In particular, official sentencing remarks and UK media articles, for example, The Guardian and Independent, provided the detailed timeline and quotes. The Prisons and Probation Ombudsman report on Jiang's death and investigative articles supply further context on the identity theft and gambling motives. Each fact above is supported by these authoritative sources.